Hello and welcome to the Sunday Preview Rundown. This time we've got some wah.
Do we have a little wah? We have a little wah today?
Orcs can have little wah as a treat.
As a treat.
It's actually quite a significant wah. Well, maybe, I guess. We'll see.
Well,
So-
yeah, we don't know yet, actually.
Yeah. Well, or do we? That might be the problem.
Yeah.
So first and foremost is the Battletome Orruk Warclans, which I'm going to be honest, I kind of forgot was coming out next.
I knew it was coming out. I thought that the army box for Gits would be first.
Yeah.
I thought it would be army bots for Gits, then Gits, and then Orruk Warclans, and then the actual Gits release.
Right. Slaves of Darkness already came out, right?
Slaves of Darkness already came out.
Okay, yes. So, now, yeah, we won't be too down on this, but we've talked about this. Previously, all of the tomes released have basically just been the indexes with like one or two changes in the new units.
Yeah, so the biggest change that has been in any of the books is the army rule for Slaves to Darkness.
Yep.
Which did entirely change. So it's possible there are changes in here. I'm
Correct.
not holding my breath.
And there's some new units, and of course the new manifestations and the new terrain, obviously.
Yep. Which we will look at momentarily.
Yep. And of course the requisite, you can get the more expensive paperback gaming edition that comes with cards. It still baffles me the way they do that.
Yeah, it's like 75% of the size and paper and what, $20 more?
Yeah, the fact that it is more is what gets me.
It comes with the cards. Technically, if you get the cards separate, it's more expensive to get the big one.
Which is why it's more expensive, but it does not change that.
That I'm flabbergasted?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, on to new models. With the hop... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was going to say model, but I guess we technically get models in the terrain and stuff.
I count terrain as models.
They need painted.
Yeah, it's a model. It is a model of a terrain, literally. It's not a...
That's true. It's not real terrain. The Hobgrot Slitta boss. You people, listeners may already know how I feel about this guy.
So I'm not a fan of Hobgrots generally.
Me either.
And I do not like the blood effects on this guy's sword.
No, it looks bad.
It's maybe painting it differently would change that, but currently I like the giant flippin' sword. That's actually kind of fun.
The sword's cool. It's taller than him, which is great. I mean, it's not saying much, but I don't like him at all. I don't like Hobgrots are my least favorite part about the faction. We didn't need another leader.
Well, we had to have one new model, or we can't sell the book. It's
but
the
they
rule,
could have done a
apparently.
new unit.
Nah, it's too much time.
Come on. Anyway, I'm sure he'll be near unplayable because he's a foot hero.
Hey, there's some good foot heroes.
There's some good foot heroes.
I just hope he's I forget what they're called in orcs, but a hero you can slot into a regiment instead of leading his own.
A bonus hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he's not, I will be shocked.
Yeah. Plot twist. This is the only way you can bring Hobgrots. He has to lead a regiment.
Good. I would never bring Hobgrots.
Right, yeah, like even further, but double plot twists, they get really good.
Oh, no. I don't want that.
They've all got grenades with D6 mortals,
Speaking of mandatory purchases, we have...
so you mean swapping to mandatory purchases rather than things you won't buy. Terrain!
Terrain, the Scare Gob Totem, and the Boss Rock Tower.
An interesting way to solve the problem of a dual army book.
That's true. It's different rules for the two factions, but they're both, rock towers with a face on it.
Yeah, and honestly, you could build either of these and just use both of them for the same...
Yeah. No one's going to go like, well, it doesn't have the metal jaw, or it doesn't have the wooden mask, so...
It doesn't have a Kruleboyz shield glued to the bottom. It doesn't count.
If so, don't play with them anymore.
It does say that you have to, climb on top of it to yell at folks.
So I'm guessing it's similar to the Lumineth Shrine or the the Blades of Corn little tower thing. You just have to be next to it and you just pop on top of it.
Right. I never like those as much because
they're fine.
It relegates a foot hero to doing only that.
That's true. And in the case of Corn, there is one thing that should go on there, which means you must take it every time.
Right.
So we'll see rules wise. I don't think we know anything about the rules for these, do we?
Not much, no.
I think they said the orders or something in Ironjawz can go wider if you're on top of it. There was something in the preview, but it doesn't say anything here for it.
They've hinted at what happens. They haven't actually shown us the rules.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see that this week.
They did say at the bottom
put the pre-order
of the article, that we would. Speaking about things we'll see more of.
Yeah.
Manifestations.
The requisite. So it looks like every single faction has terrain and manifestations, period. Because everyone so far has.
Who's gotten this year, you mean?
Yeah, since the new edition.
Yeah, if they didn't have them before, they got them.
Yeah, they're getting them now.
That being said, this is the only book where that's actually been the case, because Slaves got theirs at the end of last edition, their terrain piece.
And Skaven, that's true. And Skaven already had theirs. The only thing that
Stormcast got their terrain piece, right? I forgot
the only thing was Stormcast. So this is a faction that didn't have any, and it's getting both.
Right. I guess they're trying to fill it out. More mandatory purchases. The Foot of Gork is a long-standing orc spell. So that's something that's been around a very long time. A lot of people are actually happy to see that back because it's from the fantasy days.
It is interesting to see like a callback.
I do like that there's the spell and then also the thing that it leaves.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what that means.
There's the giant swamp, which is also interesting.
I'm assuming that's going to be the I guess the face could be too, the stationary one that gives like a buff to stuff around it.
Right.
And then the screaming, where was it?
It's the Gork Rora.
Gork Rora, which again, similar to the faction train. We don't know much about any of these.
Nope. And this one is dual purpose, so it's for both factions.
Yep.
Manifestations are currently very powerful in Age of Sigmar. They didn't really try and touch that in the last balance update at all.
That's true.
We'll see what the power level is of these. Again, as always, they have to compete with the generic ones,
which has been difficult for so far.
Many factions cannot compete with the generic ones.
Yep. So we'll see if this is the one, but I kind of doubt it.
And then a new spearhead.
Yep. The Ironjawz spearhead we saw. So this is in addition to the Kruleboyz spearhead that's already out. So if you want to play spearhead with orcs and don't want to play the sneaky ones, here's your punchy ones.
Yep, and it's, let me see, you've got a Mega Boss, which the new Mega Boss looks great, 3 Brute Ragers, 5 Brutes, and 10 Ardboys.
I'm glad there's not a pig in here, I'm not going to lie to you.
Really?
Yeah, because a pig on the small board would be
frustrating. Oh, that's true.
At least they got to foot slog it.
Yeah, that's true.
Next is more models that we've seen before, which is the Killaboss with Stabgrot and the Swampcalla Shaman with Potgrot.
Dominion models.
These were in Dominion originally. So yeah, it says available to pre-order separately for the first time since their release in the Dominion box set.
We'll see if they're actually worth pre-ordering.
Yeah, so currently the Swampcalla Shaman is basically mandatory in Kruleboyz because it's one of your only wizards that isn't, 400 points.
That isn't, the Mouth of Gork or whatever.
Yeah, and then the Killaboss is fine as a foot hero. He's a foot hero. He brings people in. But again, all this could change.
Yep.
But not holding my breath.
And of course, the requisite War Scroll cards.
Yep, War Scroll cards. No dice this time, just War Scroll cards.
Yeah, that's weird. I guess maybe they already had theirs.
Yep, and then something un-orc related.
Yeah, I didn't know this was coming. It's Path to Glory, which is the narrative, basically a narrative way to play, the kind of a narrative campaign-based way to play Age of Sigmar, if you're not familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of a... I wish the rules were free and that they just made their book money by selling more of this stuff.
Right?
But that is a long gone train, but...
The book money is too much, apparently.
Yep.
But yeah, it feels a little bad to go I want to play narrative. I have to buy this whole book. I guess there's story in there too for the narrative background. And
you really do not have to buy this book to play narrative. That's the nice thing about narrative, is that everyone's Path to Glory is fairly complete. This is just an expansion for folks who've been playing Path to Glory and want more.
Right. Agreed.
It's very much like an RPG campaign book where it's oh, okay, now you're in, sorry, I've been out of D&D for too long.
So my only problem with this is it reminds me a lot of the Crusade rules from last edition for 40K, and those never did very well. It's a very niche audience inside of a niche audience.
Right.
So we'll see. I mean, I guess I was gonna say we'll see sales wise, but I guess we'll never know sales wise.
We'll know based on whether they come out with more.
That's true. Glad it's here. Wish it was free.
Well, I'm happy with this being paid for. I just wish the rules were free.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I wish the rules were like they were last edition, where I could go and see everyone's war scrolls for free.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I don't mean these rules.
That is long gone.
Yeah, no, yeah, like I said, the train has left the station.
Yeah.
Speaking of rules and not being free, Blood Bowl.
The Blood Bowl 2024 Almanac.
So if you missed any of the things Blood Bowl this year, here's your chance to pick it all up.
Here it is in hardback.
And then, like, 5 models I didn't realize we hadn't gotten yet.
Yeah, I agree. I don't keep up with Blood Bowl. Like, the models are cool, but when they come out, they come out.
Right.
So yeah, we're getting a bunch of new Forge World models.
Yep, these are all Forge World resin, which isn't as big a deal as it used to be. Forge World's a lot better than it used to be.
That's true.
And honestly, it's not much more expensive than a normal character is.
Oh my god, I just realized this guy is named Anky Panky.
Anky Panky, yep, I was going to say it. Yeah, do you enjoy a little Anky Panky while you're playing Blood Bowl? If you do.
I was going to say, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, and then I tried to pronounce it in my head, and I'm like, oh god, it's a pun.
Yeah, all lizardmen names are puns.
That's true. The
like
guacamole team.
Yeah, the leader of the Skinks was 10-1, as aka 10-1.
God, annoying.
Or the Skink Pterodon Rider, Tic-Tac-Toe. I mean, the frog leader is still named Croak. What do you want?
That's true. Fair enough. And he's dead.
So we've got Anky Panky.
Anky Panky, who is a sick model.
Yes.
Like, this, like, doesn't even, other than the ball in his hand, doesn't even read Blood Bowl to me. He just looks like a cool model.
I mean, his stance is very like a football stance, because he is a blocker, which makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now, you said Anky Panky's a sick model, but Guffle Pussmaw is literally a sick model.
Literally a sick model. He's sneezing. That's why he has the nose guard, because he's sneezing all over you.
Big boomer energy, and I don't mean old people ruining the world. I mean Left 4 Dead boomer.
Left 4 Dead boomer.
The maggots, yeah.
This exact guy is why I don't play.
Yeah, this is a great model, and everything I hate about that god.
Yeah, the drool and the maggots and the like broken off teeth, and no, I'm good. I don't need that.
Yeah, and then just Jeremiah Cool.
Jeremiah Cool.
Like what's your name, son? Jerry Cool. and his face looks like he would.
Yeah, it looks like he would call himself Jerry Cool.
Which is, a very dark elf thing.
That's true. He looks a little too generic for me. Like, the other guys have more personality.
He is very archetypical dark elf, isn't he?
Yeah. Like, even his armor's not that, like, bedazzled. Anyway. Unlike Rashnak Backstabber.
Yeah. Who is also just the prototypical goblin. Oh, sorry, Cobgoblin.
Yeah, Hobgoblin. They're bigger than regular goblins. The double stabby knives and the mask, and I actually like his look a bit.
And then my
hands, sorry, who needs hands for holding a football when I can just stab the guy with
if you stab them and they can't hold a football, that's holding the football is other people's jobs.
Yeah, that's true.
And then my personal favorite is Rowana Forestfoot, aka I'm just bringing my deer into the game.
Yeah, deer and pigeon friends.
The pigeons with the red card.
The pigeons are so good, honestly.
I particularly like that the stag just looks so happy because it looks like she's petting him.
Josh, I have a problem. I think I like this model.
I love this model a lot. Like, I don't play Blood Bowl at all. Yeah. But I like this model a lot.
I don't like the way GW does gnome faces, but I kind of like this model otherwise. The pigeons with the like scarves and the hat, and the deer, like you said, is very happy, and the pose, and yeah, I think I actually like this model.
Yeah, I quite like this model. Depending on price, maybe I'll pick it up. I do have the gnomes, so.
Oh yeah, you do. You have the gnome team.
I could play Blood Bowl. I just choose not to.
It is a conscious choice I have made.
But yeah, I absolutely love this. I love the silliness of it. I love that she's like, I think she's riding side saddle, or
yeah, it looks like it. I think
she is. She's just kind of.
Yeah, because the knee is up here and the shoe is down here.
Yeah,
the little elf shoes that like curl up.
This would make a great Christmas model.
Oh yeah, you're right. It would. Why is this coming out in January? Whatever.
I mean, it's not. It's not technically a reindeer. It's a stag. But
that's true.
Either way. And then 3 for 3 on. No, sorry, 3 out of 4 on game systems.
Yep.
We go to the Horus Heresy.
The Battle Automata, the Mechanicum Battle Automata. So this is Horus Heresy, teeny tiny Titanicus.
Yes, they mislabeled it.
They did. It just says Horus Heresy.
Yeah, the article, they'll probably fix this later, maybe even by the time this video's out. But the article just says the Horus Heresy, but this is actually for Legions Imperialis. You can tell by the basis. and the fact that there's multiple, giant automata on these bases.
You can tell by the way that they are.
Yes.
So yeah, battle automata. I believe these were in the
Starter box, yes.
Yeah, the battle force, and this is them coming out separately. Same
thing.
with the Mechanicum infantry.
And same thing for the Mechanicum Triaros squadron.
Yeah, the Triaros squadron with the weird little fronts. These just had a plastic release for actual Horus Heresy for this model.
Yes.
Because we mentioned the tubes on front. Anyway. And then this one confuses me. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, what?
I thought this model was still available.
I think it was, and then it wasn't, and then now it's getting re-released.
I guess?
So there's a lot of things that could be happening here. And admittedly, I'm sure that somebody who already knows, like who has this model or plays Necrons might already know the answers to this. I don't. It could be that it was previously available, but in maybe it was in a la carte parts, like you had to buy the parts and the guns, because that was true for a lot of them. And now it's just available as one kit. It could have been they probably haven't resculpted it, or else they would have said so.
Yeah.
Could just be reboxed. Could just be.
I'm looking on the app to see if the weapons are different. Like it's a different loadout. Nope, it's the same.
Nope. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. So they quietly took it off the site, and then they're like, "Hey guys, look, it's up for pre-order next week."
Yeah, that's so baffling to me.
I don't get it. But hey, rules available for download on Warhammer Community. Pick yours up today, next week.
Yeah. Because this is a giant Forge World resin model, so God help you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I've seen this thing at conventions. I think it's massive.
Yeah. New White Dwarf will have more Kill Team PvE missions, which I know some people really enjoy those.
Yeah, I've heard those are fun.
And painting tank camouflage, which is always interesting seeing how you do that without an airbrush, because it's like number one reason to have an airbrush.
Yeah. I do like the more specific painting tutorials.
Yes.
That makes me enjoy. I don't even like painting all that much. I just like that they put them out.
Painting a specific thing, here's how you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so that's it for this Sunday. Coming over this week, it says we'll get more information about the Battletome Orruk. And also, we'll see what the minis of the year are.
Oh, that's true. We are going to see minis of the year. I don't even know what I'm looking forward to, but we'll see. We might talk about it.
Maybe. I mean, if they do something really stupid, I don't know.
They probably will.
Well, we'll let you know. And until that time, we'll see you next Sunday.
Bye-bye.